Pat, just your role now, obviously last year you got a run, but now it's seemingly increasing. How do you view your role at this point?
I guess at this point, just, being versatile. We've had a lot of, adversity with our roster, obviously. Just being able to fill in at whatever the team needs, and a big part of that right now is rebounding. So just coming in and making sure that I'm going for every ball, trying to get some offensive rebounds, putbacks, being able to guard 5 men, 4 men, 3 men if I need to, and really just kind of being that versatile piece that can carry on, some of the traditional West Virginia basketball from, the teams of the past.
There was one time in that game when Jesse comes out, and I think it was you and Quinn in there, and we were all kind of, okay, well, who's the 5 in that situation? Are you guys kind of wondering the same thing, or, I mean?
We're both really 4 men, but I have he's an inch taller, but I have more size, more weight, so I can guard the 5 a little better. So normally I'll be our 5 when us two are both in, but we have a little bit of interchangeability where sometimes he can roll and sometimes I can pop, and kind of just gives us a little more freedom.
What is your self-vision of yourself as a player? What do you see yourself as a player?
Honestly, just at the different schools and teams I've played on, I've kind of taken pride at being whatever the team needs. I have the ability to shoot the ball, I have the ability to play in the post, to play on the perimeter, really just, play defense, whatever coach asks me to do is what I'm going to do.
Does that hurt you or help you not saying he's a 4 or he's a 3 or,
there's pros and cons, but first and foremost, you got to put the team first. You got to put your brothers first, and whatever role is given to you, that's what you have to, excel at for the benefit of the team. And when your team is doing well, everyone will have individual success. So that's my main goal.
You've had so much transition over the years since you left high school. Have you thought about that? And what was this summer like? Because you finally feel like you're settled in and you're going to be in a place for more than a year, and then what happened.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was thinking. I was like, every year I've had a new coach or been at a new school, and I thought, you know what, this place feels like home. I'm going to stay, and end up having a new coach and a whole new team anyway. But honestly, it's something I'm used to, just, learning new guys, learning the new system. It's something I've done every year, so it doesn't feel like anything, I wasn't ready for. But yeah, it's definitely been a transition this summer.
Was it difficult, emotionally at the time for the guys that were here? Some left, some stayed. What was it all like when you went through that?
Yeah, it was definitely a difficult time. I built a connection with the guys from last year. We went through a lot, and we all, really loved each other. We really were a family. And, just having as much confidence and excitement for the upcoming season with, the roster we were going to have and, the pieces we had already put together. When that kind of fell apart, that definitely hurt a lot.
Everything, like you're saying, everything that's happened, everything that's kind of happened recently with the injuries and suspension, how much of a conversation do you guys have in that, okay, this is what we have right now, and it's battle and it's adversity, but down the road we could be this once everyone gets back, and once is that in the thought process at all?
Oh, for sure. And honestly, we've been saying it for so much longer than just of recent, because as you know, every couple of weeks something else happens for us, unfortunately. That's how it seems, at least. But we've been saying since the beginning, you know, like we're gonna beat this adversity. You know, Josh came in a time when, you know, things were kind of up in the air, and ever since then, that's kind of how our mindset has been, where it's like, yeah, like we're going through some stuff, but teams have went through worse and still had success, and we're prepared to make the most out of our situation, you know.
The flip side to that is asking the question, well, what the heck else can happen? I mean, I don't know if that's something you guys talk about.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Right,
right. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll look at it the other way. I think we're due for some good news coming up soon. You know, something positive's got to come from this.
What's Josh like as a head coach? And we sort of view him as night and day from Hugs. Is he? Or, I mean, what's it like?
I mean, he's been with Hugs so long. They have, you know, like he's definitely taken a lot from Hugs. But they're definitely two different coaches. I really enjoy Josh's, you know, attention to detail with a lot of the things, where I'm glad I learned the toughness from Hugs. But there were a lot of things where it was like, it wasn't as much, you know, technique. It was more, you know, we're just going to out-tough them. You know, we're going to be strong. We're going to be physical. And I think Josh takes that same mentality, but like he also applies more attention to detail and technique and that type of thing.
So like what with you? What when he gives you advice on technical things, what is it?
I would say like, so positioning, for rebounding, getting through screens. You know, like the big thing with Hugs last year was we don't get screened. We don't get, like, how are we guarding these? We don't get screened. You know, if somebody comes up, you know, you put your arm in their chest and you don't get screened. And it's like, you know, that works. I mean, it works really well if you can do it well, but obviously there's certain situations where, like, you know, sometimes there are certain techniques that can definitely be beneficial. So just making sure that he carried over the things that were really efficient from Hugs, and then, you know, also adding a little more.
I'm just kind of curious from a player's perspective here, and I know you guys have only played one game and the exhibition game, but from a player's perspective, do you guys think there is a big difference in the block charge, the way it's being called this year?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a crazy change. You know, we talked with. I'm not sure exactly who he was, but he was like in charge of the referees and the rule changes this year. And basically he told us, you know, like, it's almost impossible to take a charge this year. And, you know, with us being, you know, West Virginia, and we take pride in taking charges and you know, doing things of the sort, it really changed our mindset for different things, and we have to work on, you know, walling up, jumping a lot more instead of, you know, falling to take a charge. And but everyone in the country is having to go through this same change, and I think we've, you know, been working on it since the beginning of the summer. So while it's definitely changed the game, I think we're prepared for it.
All right, most important last question: can Jordan Love do the job?
Oh man. You know, I'll always be a Packer fan to the day I die, but man, this year taught me that, you know, we were really blessed the last, I don't know how many years with our quarterbacks. Yeah. I don't know, Jordan Love, it's his first year, you know, being the starter, so I'll give him a little leeway, but man, it's been tough to be a Packer fan this year. Thanks, man. Thank you.